Konnichiwa, Japan fans. In today's show, we are going to look at the service B2C dimension. Let's get going. This is the fourth year of the Sales Japan Series podcast, broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minato-ku here in downtown Tokyo. It's Chic Central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy committed to your success, the president of Dale Can Train Japan, the best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive COVID-19. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, Presentation Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Touches in no Oshie show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. Every second Thursday, the Business Pro podcast. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery show. Sundays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 210, and today we're talking about sales service debacles are the boss's fault. Generally speaking, we mainly have failures of follow-up in B2B sales. The conduct of the sales meeting is normally done professionally. Perhaps the salesperson could have asked better questions or presented the application, the benefits of the solution better. Maybe they could have dealt more professionally with objections or closed the deal more effectively. In B2C, though, the troubles start from the point of contact. Getting this wrong means no meeting, let alone no sale. I blame the managers for these issues. If they were doing their job properly, then there wouldn't be these customer-facing problems. We are salespeople, and we're also buyers. We go shopping, we eat out, we buy lots of stuff in the face-to-face environment. Maybe not as much as before because of COVID-19, but we still do engage in some B2C activities. When the whole hospitality industry is on its knees, you expect that those survivors still operating are really maximizing their opportunities to build their clientele. Imagine my surprise when I called a restaurant in Midtown for a lunchtime booking and bumped into some idiocy that flies in the face of the current reality. It was around about 11:31 a.m. and I was calling to make a booking for a 12 o'clock luncheon. The staff member who answered the phone told me that all bookings for lunch close at 11:30. I could just show up at 12 and take my chances with the rest of the punters. It is 11:31 a.m. when we are having this conversation. I asked him, does that mean I should book at another restaurant instead of his? There are tons of restaurants in Midtown, by the way. Irony and sarcasm aren't really features of the Japanese language, so my obtuse point went straight over his head. He had been told the bookings for lunch close at 11:30 a.m., and that was that. The idea that we are in the middle of a pandemic and that many enterprises in his industry are closing for lack of business would warrant additional flexibility wasn't one that had ever crossed his mind. He couldn't connect the dots and realize that what his job depends on are customers. It was not clear to him that every restaurant wants to build new clients and to boost the spending of their regular clients. He is just an employee So, building the business isn't part of his work remit. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public courses, but we also do custom in-house programs. We do these live online. We do them in our super safe classroom. We do them in Japanese. We do them in English. And today's show is sponsored on the 7th of November by our Dale Carnegie course, 12-week program. Excellent program, that one. On the 13th of November, we have Professional Leadership Series looking at delegation. On the 20th of November, another one in that series, Professional Leadership Series, looking at handling mistakes. And on the 20th of November, we are going to cover another one in our series of Professional Leadership, Handling Mistakes. And on the same day, on the 20th of November, we're also going to do one on negotiations. Well, get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery. This is the Bible for selling in Japan. And Japan Business Mastery. Now, both are available on Amazon. Don't forget, check out our website, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com for information on those programs. If you like learning by watching videos, we've got over 1,000 for you there at Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. Now, we're releasing 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. We've got the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. That's a premier business show in Japan. Comes out every Monday. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on the topic of leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. So my interlocutor did not think that a part of his job was building the business. Well, it should be. He could have been focused on grabbing my booking, guaranteeing 2 covers at lunch, rather than relying on Providence to supply walk-ins off the street. He could have made me feel special by telling me that although 11:30 a.m. is the cut-off point, he would take the booking anyway and really look forward to meeting me at 12. Ask for Taro, and I will take care of you, he could have said. How would I have felt? Would I have become more likely to go back again in the future? Could I become a valued customer? Well, the answers are obvious to me, but the concept was not in his mind. By way of contrast, I like Elio's in Hansamon, which is across town for me. I have been going there with clients and with my family since 2001 when I came back to Tokyo from Osaka. What is my lifetime value as a customer? Elio certainly knows this equation, and so do his staff. That is one of the reasons why I keep coming back. So I was wondering, what is the difference? And the reasons are obvious. The leadership outlook and work culture of the restaurants are different. The bosses determine the way the staff think about the business and the customers. So the natural extension of this reflection is to move to self-reflection. Are my staff flexible when dealing with our clients? Are they just following the rule book and not using their brains? Do they feel trusted enough to take responsibility to fix an issue for a client, or are they ninjas hiding behind the rules? As the boss, you cannot be in every client conversation, so you have to delegate client care to your team. Let's all take another look at the culture we've created. Are we allowing individual decision-making based around a common understanding of how we think about our clients? One of the things we quickly learn as leaders is that telling people something once almost guarantees no one will remember it. It becomes annoying to have to keep repeating the same things over and over, but you find you have to do it. So it is always a good practice to remind everyone about how we think about serving the client. Explain where this aligns with the value system, the vision, and the mission of the enterprise. There has to be a symbiotic relationship between our teams and the clients. The boss determines how that plays out at every micro interaction every day. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, then please use some of these things and learn how to survive. Don't forget to share this with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe. Share this podcast around. We want to help others who are struggling. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success here in Nippon.